Hey guys, welcome back to All Booked Book Reviews. We have finally reached the end of our Christmas Book-a-Thon, which my mind is just blown. I cannot think of a better book to do at the end of the year than this one that we're doing today. I do have an announcement that I will make at the end of this video. It's just kind of updates for next year because I have plans and we're going to see some minor-ish changes to this channel. So if you're interested, stay tuned because I'll have all the news then. Little City of Hope was written by F. Marion Crawford. He is also the author of a few other novels, two of them being The Upper Berth and The Screaming Skull. And just from looking at his list of works, I'm thinking Little City of Hope is not his usual topic of choice to write about. I'm assuming that just from what I've seen. I haven't actually read any of his other works. I could be wrong. If I am, please correct me. This book was first published January 1st in 1907. The edition that I read was published November 2015. It has 57 pages, 9 chapters. There are 6 pages per chapter, and the average reading time is an hour and 19 minutes. Genres include Christmas/holiday fiction, historical fiction, short stories, and classics. This is actually our first classic we're doing. And the synopsis I'm going to read is from a different edition I had, but I like this one better because mine doesn't really give much information. An inspiring novel about a struggling inventor and his family in turn-of-the-century New England. A man sits in his modest, run-down house in Connecticut, missing his wife, who is working overseas as a governor, I can't say that word apparently, to make money for the family, but he does have the companionship of his son, who supports him in his dreams of success as an inventor. As Christmas draws near, their spirits are low, until the two begin working together on a model of a city built with simple scraps that leads them to a new place of hope. This tale, first published in 1907, has become a cherished classic and makes for a wonderful holiday read about life's truest gifts. So like I said earlier, I kind of jumped ahead of myself a little bit, but that's alright. I cannot think of a better book to end the year with than this one, Little City of Hope, because of the theme of, not to sound redundant, but hope. We end a year hoping for, a better year, making better goals, bettering ourselves. And this book was like jam-packed with hope, and it was just so good. So I'm going to start with characters. We mostly see the two main ones, John and his son Newton. I love the relationship they had together. It was very not one-sided, not like one I'll give, one I'll take. It was very much a team. They made a really good duo. They were both very admirable, and honestly, if you were going to look up to any fictional character as a quote-unquote role model, these two would be it. They had tons of qualities. To list a few, hope, of course, and not giving up. Perseverance was huge. Like I read, and I think it said in the synopsis about a struggling inventor, and he keeps going at this invention, trying to, make it work and everything. And his son's there, encouraging him, yeah, you can do this. The perseverance was amazing. Part of it, sort of ish, was going down the gift of the Magi road for just a tiny little bit, which I did read that, and honestly, I would recommend this, Little City of Hope, over Gift of the Magi. I think it was better. Christmassy elements they had, very unmaterialistic. They knew they couldn't afford the biggest, splashiest Christmas, and they were okay with that. Family was a big focus with this book. I enjoyed the writing style. Like I said, this is one of those classics, which I think classics get a really bad rep for being, boring, long, and drawn out, and hard to read, but I had no trouble getting through this. It was not a hard read at all. It does show its age a bit, though, in spots, I'll tell you that, which was kind of funny. My only really big dislike or con, and this wasn't really about the book itself, this was just my reading experience. I had to restart it about 30% of the way through, which is on me because I had so many other books I was reading at the time and other obligations, so I had to set it aside. And I came back to it and I had forgotten some stuff, so I'm like, let me just go ahead and restart it, which I hate doing that because you've already read this and it's like, I know what happens, I want to move on to what I don't know. So that would really be my only con. Everything else, I love this. This was super sweet and wholesome and just encouraging, inspiring really. So for my rating, I'm giving Little City of Hope 4.5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it immensely. I could see myself rereading this. If you're looking for a Christmas classic that is not difficult to read, This one is for you. Like I said, I actually recommend this over Gift of the Magi. But if you like Gift of the Magi too, I think you would enjoy this. It had some parts of that, like I mentioned. If you like short stories, books with actual role model fictional characters to look up to, which that is rare these days, this was a really good selection. And if you're just looking for something inspiring and wholesome, this would be a really good book, not just for Christmas. I think this would be a fantastic read for the new year. And if this sounds like something that you would want to read, I have all the links below. I highly recommend this. It was clean, it was wholesome, and it was a really good, encouraging story of hope. Again, redundant, but hope. So if you have made it this far, that means you have watched the entire review. Thank you so much. So, the big news. The new year is coming, and with it, I'm going to be making some changes to this channel. Some more noticeable than others, some, just minor or whatever. But I am going to have changes to this, and I want to go ahead and kind of go through them with y'all. So, first and foremost, we will have a new banner up. You'll see it hopefully 1st of July. Wow, no, 1st of January, a brand new banner. I'm actually quite proud of it, so I'm excited for that. I have a new thumbnail style. I'm also going to have a new posting schedule. Up till now, it's been really sporadic, either around the middle of the month or the end of the month. But now, for the next year and hopefully beyond, we will see. Uploads will be on the 1st and 3rd Fridays of every month. So we're looking at 2 reviews a month, which is pretty exciting. So we have that, so you can kind of have an idea of, when uploads are going to be. And I have a lineup actually planned out for the entire year, subject to change, of course, because things happen and everything, but I have it kind of planned out, so I'm pretty excited for this. Voiceovers, I will continue to do them. I was contemplating doing, recording me on here, but there's a lot of issues with that. I don't really have space for that. I don't have a good camera. I don't have good lighting at all. And I'm not really comfortable with that at this stage. So maybe later on down the road. But for right now, we're sticking with voiceovers just because it's easier. Except the audio is sometimes really frustratingly annoying. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes, it'll just change in the middle of me talking. It'll go up or it'll go down. Sometimes it's staticky. I had to actually redo this entire take whatever when I was giving updates because it had that weird staticky thing. I don't know why it does that. I don't touch the microphone. I leave it alone and it just, I don't know. And I don't have a soundproof room or area to work in, so you probably get a lot of background noise. But yeah, so I will try to work on the audio quality. I am sorry about that. For the review, I'm going to be using basically the same structure, the basic information, the review, the conclusion, and all that stuff. I like the structure I had. I may change the presentation of it, but it'll still be all there. And if you do watch the videos all the way to the end, you notice book quotes. Up till now, I've been picking either quotes that I like or ones that kind of fit the theme of the book. But now, I'm going to actually pick a quote from the book I just reviewed instead of picking a random quote. I think that just makes more sense, So that'll change. And lastly, I'm thinking about adding at the end a hint about the next book I'm doing. Maybe a sneak at the cover or I don't know, something. Maybe that's still up in the air. I think that's all the changes that are important enough to mention. So hopefully this channel keeps improving. I've tried to make little tweaks here and there to kind of, test different techniques out and everything. I hope it's been for the better. So I don't know, but I'm excited for the new year. I've been doing this since May, so I haven't had not even a full year yet, but I'm excited to see what happens. And if you have any ideas of books that I should do next year, review them, by all means, leave them in the comments. Maybe I'm already planning to do that book, who knows? But I would definitely take into consideration. That is going to finish up the Christmas Book-a-Thon and the final video for 2022, which is insane. So I will see you all next year, January 6th. Be on the lookout for it. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that already because it's going to be pretty intense next year. Until then, happy reading.